What's going on, guys? Welcome to Outdoors Addiction. Today I'm going to present to you guys 7 knives from China that I recommend, that I have, that I own, that I've bought with my own money. And I say that because I really buy my stuff with my own money. I don't have no sponsorships or anything like that. I buy all my stuff with my own hard-earned money. Stay tuned, guys. Okay, the first one is obviously the Swiss Tech. I had the box for it. I do not have the box for the rest of them that I'm going to show, but I just wanted to show you guys this one first. And this has been in a couple of my videos already. And I just want to show you guys how far the Swiss Tech company has went with their packaging. I think it's a pretty decent packaging that they went with. It's magnet. There's a magnet that holds that together, which I think is impressive. Not too many companies do that. A lot of companies skip on the packaging and send you crap packaging. Not that it matters, because we probably all throw them away anyway. This is the Swiss Tech. I don't know how to pronounce that. Stallern, something like that. This is a fairly great knife. I love this knife. If not, it's probably my favorite on this list. It's a full tang D2 steel blade. And as you can see in the back of the box, it says everything right on the box, man. It's a great knife. I've had it probably about for 3 weeks, maybe a month, if that, but this is it. I've shown this one before, so I'm not gonna spend too much time with it. This is like a plastic sheath. Maybe they want to throw it off as a Kydex. I've shown this before. There's some oil on it. It is D2 steel. It's by Swiss Tech with the micarta scales, full tang, lanyard hole, removable scales or handles. That's how thick this blade is. It's about a 4-inch blade, 4.5, something like that. If you want to look these up, just look up the Swiss Tech company. You'll see all the specs and everything there. And this is the first one. I highly recommend this knife, man. It is a great knife, fits well in the hand, and this one is gonna give, I want to say, the Gerber Strong Arm, the Mora, the Garberg, a run for its money. I promise you that. Next on the list, guys, is more for my fishermen. Unless you really like this knife and you like the way it looks and you want it just to purchase it or whatever, I found this this knife at Menards. It's by Master Force. This is Menards brand, like Ozark Trail is to Walmart. And the only reason I bought it was more for fishing, for cut bait knife. It is a stainless steel. This thing is probably a good 7-8 inches around there. The tang ends right at the lanyard hole, so it's not a true full tang, but it's as wide and thick as this. If I had the packaging, I wish I did, so I could show you. It shows you the blade and how far it goes, and it's as thick as this, almost as wide as the blade. You know, some of those fish out there, sometimes you almost need a dang machete just to cut them up, but this is a fairly good cut bait knife, and I would recommend it because it's stainless steel. Like, you know, stainless, I've seen stainless steel rust, so you do want to take it out every once in a while, wipe it down, clean it up, wash it with some Dawn soap, and oil it with some mineral oil or something like that, to cut up your fish. But this is one of those blades that you can put in the sheath, toss it in your boat, toss it in your backpack or whatever, in your truck, and not have to worry about it too much. This is another one that I recommend, and all these knives that I want to talk about do come from China, so this one is one I recommend for my fishermen. It's actually an insulation knife. I was in Menards. If you have a Menards by you, this is all it is. It's an insulation knife. It cost about 12 bucks, $13. And this one over here, this one was 40 bucks. I forgot to mention that. Next on the list, guys, is a knife, a fixed blade knife from real steel. This knife is probably my second, if not, I don't know, it's kind of hard to decide between these two. This is a full tang construction. It is a bushcraft knife, has like those beautiful red liners. It is a D2 steel blade, and this is just an amazing blade. That's a Scandi grind. It is sharp as heck, and it's real steel. You can find these on eBay, Amazon. This is another great knife that's made in China. These two are probably my favorite ones that are made in China. This is a D2 steel. This also is a D2 steel. And this is just a good knife for the outdoors. It cost me maybe, I think it was like $40, $45. Usually they go for $60, $65 now. But this is another blade that I love, man. And it comes from China. Not all China blades are junk. I hope you, when you guys watch videos on knives and people are just saying USA blades, and USA blades are great, but they come with a price tag and they're very expensive and not everybody can afford those. So we're gonna move on to the next one. Let's see what else is on the list, guys. All right, next on the list is a knife that I seen a video on. It was on YouTube. I spend a lot of my time on YouTube. I look at the analytics on my phone. What I watch the most is YouTube. That's what I'm on the most out of social media and all those beautiful things. And there's a moth trying to attack me. Get away, you moth. Get. I got knives here. Get up. And this is the next. Hold on, guys. I'm going to take care of this dang moth. As I was saying, this one I seen a video on. I can't recall the guy that posted the video, but if I find his video, I will put it in the description so you guys can watch his video. He has a full video of describing the knife, the specs and everything. And this one is this one right here. I think it's called Grandway. It's a Grandway knife. You can find them on Amazon for about $12, $13, and it is a rip-off of the Buck Vanguard. The Buck Vanguard is exactly like this. The specs are almost all the same. Everything's the same except for the handle material. Even the handle material feels the same on the Buck as this one. This one goes for about 12, 13 bucks. The Buck Vanguard, you're gonna pay about $80. And this is a complete rip-off of that knife. Some people like that, some people don't. But like I said, some people can afford the bucks, $80 Buck knives. Some people can't. So this is why I'm showing you these knives that I recommend. Exactly like the Buck Vanguard, except this one's made in China, and it's by its own company, and it's a fairly great knife. This one I've used to heck, and all these knives sharpen fairly easy. I have no issues, or it's not hard to sharpen the knives. It takes an edge quickly and easily. This is the sheath, which is falling apart. See, I've carried it a few times, and just by me sitting down, standing up, taking the knife out of the sheath, that's what caused that. But it's a complete copy of the Buck Vanguard. It's an awesome knife. I like this one a lot, and I do have the real Vanguard. The next one here I've shown on previous videos as well. Is by Swiss Tech again. Swiss Tech, I don't think it's respect when it comes to items, especially knives. They got like a clothing line. I've showed a portable battery charger, or a battery pack, whatever you want to call it. This knife here, as you see, I just oiled the sheath, the leather, oiled my knives. I keep them oiled with mineral oil, or I also use avocado oil, olive oil. That's the type of oils I use because I cut food with my knives. I don't use like anything like WD-40 or anything for tools or anything like that. I keep it mineral oil, olive oil, or avocado oil. You can use any cooking oil, and that's I mean, what I recommend, because that's what you used to cook with, and it's safe on food, it's safe for you. But this, I've showed it various times on my channel. I've told you guys I've cut the strap. There was a strap here that came across, and every time I would take the knife out, it would put slices in the thing, in the strap. I do have buck knives and other knife companies that have that strap just like this one, and they flap open, they stand up like that so they don't get cut. Well, this one didn't do that. This is the knife. Another great knife, great full tang D2 construction, or material I should say. I did put a 90-degree angle on the back spine so I can throw sparks off of a ferro rod. Removable scales. I paid I believe it's like 19-20 bucks for this. I seen it on some other guy's channel and I just fell in love with it. And now I think I seen them for 26 bucks on eBay, and good luck finding one, because I haven't seen them lately, not on eBay or Amazon. You might have to get on the Swiss Tech website, which will maybe cost you a little bit more money to purchase. All right, the next knife I got here, guys, is from Schrade. This is the Field Pup 1. I believe, don't take my word for it, but I believe this knife here is discontinued. From time to time, you'll be able to find them on Amazon or eBay. But I got this one. Man, it's been years and years since I got this blade. I think I paid 15 bucks, brand new. $15-20 brand new. The sheath, I love this sheath, man. Anything camel, anything digital camel, anything that looks like it's military, I love it. It's MOLLE compatible. You could take this strap comes off. You could take that off. If you have a backpack that has straps that look like this, you can strap it on your backpack instead of using it on your belt, but you also can strap it to your belt as well. There's a big belt loop right there. This has a pocket for a sharpening stone that I don't think I'll ever use, which is, it feels like a fine stone. Maybe I could use that. It's very fine. But you could take this out of here, put something else in the pocket there, like a little mini survival kit or whatever you want to put in there, a fire starter or whatever. But the knife here, this is the Schrade. This one is probably the most used one on the list so far, and it's the Field Pup 1 by Schrade. Yeah, I love this blade. It is made in China. Again, it does say China right there. It's probably not gonna focus, but it does say China. The grip is amazing. I love this grip. It's probably about a maybe 3.5-4 inch blade. It's a rubber handle, full tang. Want to believe it or not, but it's a full tang. And it's a very good knife. The edge, like the edge on most of these don't last that long. I'm not gonna say it's like a super steel where the edge never needs sharpening most of the time, but I believe every knife at some point will need sharpening. I don't care what brand or who makes it or what kind of steel it is. It's gonna need sharpening after whatever, how many times you use it. Every knife is gonna need sharpening at some point. But I never let my knives get dull. I use them. I'll take them to a strap or something and work on them for a couple minutes, 5-10 minutes or whatever, and give them that sharpness that I like. It doesn't have to be hair popping sharp or anything like that, but this one is fairly easy to sharp. This one went dull on me maybe after, I don't know, I was using it for wood, cutting rope and stuff like that, and maybe after an hour it started going dull, and you can feel it when a knife's not cutting right. I took it to my whetstone, and I just right on the fine one, not the aggressive one. It's just a fine one with a little bit of water or mineral oil, and not even 2 minutes, and this knife took an edge like nothing. I always do the fingernail test. If your knife is sharp, it will grip the heck out of your nail. it will grip it. And that's what I do, or cut paper, whatever. The paper test and the nail test is what I do to figure out if my knives are sharp or not. But this is a good blade. Like I said, sometimes you can find them on eBay. I think I seen the last one was $45, $50 back in the day. Years ago, I think I paid 15 bucks for this one. It's a good knife. Next is another Buck clone. It's the infamous Harbor Freight Buck 119 copy. The similarities to the Buck, they copied this almost to an exact copy of the Buck 119, the hunting knife, except the Buck 119 has some spacers here, and even the sheath looks like the Buck 119. This is from Harbor Freight. You can get this knife here. The last time when I first seen it, I paid $20 for it. I sold it, and then I went to go buy it again, and you know, with prices going up and all that jazz, it went up to $26. $6, not bad. It's still a good knife for $26. Now, if you look for videos on YouTube about this knife and the destruction test and all that stuff, all that jazz, I don't like to do destruction tests on my knives. So I feel like I'm throwing money in the garbage. But this is a copy of the Buck 119 special. Even the handle, everything feels like the Buck. I did put a 90-degree edge, like I said, to throw sparks. That's how I like to start fires at times, just to practice and make sure my skills are up to par with the ferro rod. Like I said, this is another Buck copy. This is the copy of the Buck Vanguard, and this is a copy of the Buck 119 special. And the sheath, nothing to brag about, but if you're on a budget, 26 bucks, and you don't have enough to buy a Buck, which are $75, I believe now. Back in the day, they were about $45, and you can't afford the $75 price tag from Buck, go to Harbor Freight, and you'll see this one bought for 26 bucks, unless the prices have changed there, because I haven't been there in a while. But this is almost like exact clone of the Buck 119. All right, down to the last one, guys. This one is the one that I was carrying today. This is one of my favorite designs by Schrade, the old Schrade, the USA Schrade. It's a hunting knife. It does have a stick tang. I don't think I have too many stick tangs here. I think this is a stick tang. I believe this Buck knockoff is a stick tang or a rat tail tang. Full tang, full tang, full tang. This one, the box said it was a full tang. You really can't see it. And Swiss Tech is another full tang knife. And the one that I'm talking to you guys is one of my favorite designs, like I said, and it's by Schrade. And this is the Schrade 153 Uncle Henry, or UH as it's pronounced. This is the China-made version. I do have about 6 or 7 of the vintage ones that were made here in the United States. But I look at those as more as a collector's items, if you will. So I don't use them. I don't use those knives as much. And this one here is the one I rather use than maybe even wreck one of my vintage ones. Every time I get on eBay, I do look for these, and if they sell them for a decent price, between 40 and 60 bucks, and if they're in decent condition, I will jump on it. I don't know why. I don't know if it's the screw on the bottom, that screw that holds everything together. I don't know if it's just the aesthetics of it or what, but this is exactly like the ones that they used to make here in the United States, except this one's made in China. I bought this one on sale from Walmart for about $20 or $21. I bought this one months ago. It's a stainless steel. Some of the ones that made in here in the United States, uh, most of them were carbon steel. Carbon steel is a different steel than stainless, for y'all that don't know. And this is the blade. It's more of a hunting knife than anything. I just love the feel. It fits my hand fairly well. It's not that heavy. I do have to put a 90-degree spine on here so it doesn't throw sparks very well off the ferro rod. I don't know if you guys will be able to see that. It says Uncle Henry by Schrade. It's probably not gonna show up. I don't know if you guys can make that out or not. 153 UH. On the original ones right here, it will say Schrade or Uncle Henry, but it would also have the USA stamp on it. This one doesn't. And don't get confused, guys, on especially on eBay, man. There is a lot of sellers that try to rip people off. If you don't know what you're buying, ask questions. You know, do your research before you buy. This one is a China blade. This is made in China, this one here. And some of those guys will be selling this particular knife for $80-$90, and they will be putting as the title to their knife or their item as vintage USA Schrade, Uncle Henry. This is the golden spike. And you gotta know what you're doing on eBay, because there's sellers out there they're trying to rip people off. You can head to Walmart right now and get this blade for $29, $29.90 something, almost like $31-$32 with tax. And you just watch out for eBay sellers. There's some out there that are really crooked. They'll take your money with the quickness if you don't know what you're doing. This is a plastic handle. It's not real bone. Even on the original ones, it's not real stag or anything like that. But this is one that I rather use than my vintage ones. My other ones are collectors. I have them put away in a big old china cabinet where I can look at them every day. I can just look right through the glass. I can see all my knives that I have. And maybe one day I'll go through that and show you guys my collection of vintage knives. But yeah, this is a stainless steel plastic handle. It's like some kind of plastic or stag lawn, as they call it. Has a screw on the bottom. Has a decent sheath. It looks like the original sheaths, but this is more like I don't think it's a real leather sheath. I've ordered some of the real ones, and it's a totally different. It has even a different feel to it. It's a lot stiffer. Has a decent belt loop, but it's a decent knife. And this is the one that I was carrying today. I was actually using this blade today. I just love the design, the feel, and sadly Schrade went to China. It's no longer in the United States, even though I have seen some videos where there's some newer blades by Schrade and they have the USA stamp on it. I don't know if there's maybe a company or factory or something around here in the United States that make Schrade here in the US. I gotta do my research and see what's up with that. But I've seen some newer knives come out of the Schrade company that says USA made. If anybody knows anything about that, just please let me know. And that's probably about it, guys. These are 8 knives that I recommend. They're all sitting here in front of you. The Swiss Tech. This one here is more for my fishermen, my cat fishermen especially, that use cut bait, cutting up chicken livers, cutting up some bluegill or whatever fish they prefer to use, and cut them up into chunks. I love my cat fishermen here on YouTube. This one here is the real steel. Let me go with the prices. This is 40. This is about 13. Real steel. Here I got it for, man, I think 40 bucks. This one here is the Grand Way. Amazon, $12-13. I got the Swiss Tech here, eBay, I got it for $20, $21. Back in the day, I got this saw for 15. This one here is at Harbor Freight for 26, 27 bucks. And this one here you can find at Walmart, guys. Don't go on eBay and overpay for this knife. Go to Walmart if you like this knife. It's $29. Sometimes you can catch them on sale for 20, 21, and maybe even below 20 bucks. It's a great knife. And I want to thank you guys for watching my channel, guys. It is late. I'm out here with a bonfire, and I had to get my booty in bed because I gotta get to work tomorrow. But these are my recommendations for some China made blades. If you guys want to look into them or purchase one, they're not that expensive. I think the most expensive one is gonna be this one. This one I got lucky and I got it for 40 bucks, but this one's going for between 60 and $70 on eBay. The real steel. It's a great knife. Scandi grind. It's an awesome blade. And the next one that's expensive is this one, and you can find this at Walmart. Don't go on eBay or anything like that. Go to Walmart. $40. Thank you guys for watching, guys. Appreciate you guys and your time and your patience and you guys watching my videos. Till next time, guys. Peace.